I'm not a very confident person booking holidays online, considering all my business is online. I've been out of the game of holidays for such a long time that I just don't feel confident. So it's like having you as a comfort blanket, really. Like if I get it wrong or something's not gone right during that travel period, then you're there to sort that out, and you're not going to shut at 5 o'clock like office hours. So it's brilliant. It's like a thing I would definitely highly recommend to people, just having someone like yourself, like a travel counsellor, and you being so local, it's a bit handy as well.
Yeah, well, that's it, you know, and I think because I've obviously worked in the retail side of travel, obviously I know that they have their own processes to follow, their own procedures in place, but that can sometimes be quite restrictive, and that's where those barriers then become between the customer and the service that I think that people just
and the restrictions
have, and you know, and you know, I've always been one of those people where I expect good service. If I've paid, you know, for a product, I expect to have the service on the back of that as well. And that's what I aim to provide as well, is that, you know, I'm always here, whether it be, you know, I just took the phone to customers who've having a bad time and they can't decide what they need to do, plans, and we just sit and we have a chat and we talk, and I think it's just that reassurance.
It's a reassurance,
that it'll be okay, you know, you don't need to worry, leave that worrying. Yeah, you know, leave the worrying forward
with their holidays that they've got planned. Now, obviously, we're still very uncertain times. Things are slowly, the doors slightly opening about things changing each week. But what about, have you got any advice for people who have got holidays booked in the next 6 months, or even going forward about booking next year's holidays?
Yeah, you see, you know, I've got customers at the moment who are going into, you know, departure dates for like August time, and it's coming up to where balance payments are due, and they're a little bit 50-50, and shall we pay, shall we not? And it's a really fine line, I think, at the minute, because we've done majority of our lockdown now. This is now where those small changes are being implemented to ease the restrictions, but again, we need to find, you know, and see whether that's been beneficial and that we're not going to then have this second wave. And I think that's what a lot of people are worried about. And the only advice I've really been giving to my customers is that if they don't feel confident that they will get their holiday this year, or some people just don't want to go now, they're worried, they don't want to travel, and that's absolutely fine, then we're making the arrangements to just move that holiday to next year, to take off the pressure. And I think as well, obviously, me being a self-employed person, and not really earning very much money at the moment, but obviously continuing to work, there are other people in similar financial positions where holidays maybe not a priority now, and those monies that they would have spent on a holiday needs to stay in the bank for a little bit longer, and that's the right thing to do, absolutely. You know, but there are some customers who live in hope that I really want to go on my holiday, and I really hope that it will go ahead. And you know, my answer to that is, well, you know, if you're in a position to pay the balance, great, and then I will just monitor the situation, keep you up to date. If anything should change, you'll be the first to know. And it's always hard as well, because a lot of customers, or when I get messages through, the media is very good at scaremongering, and it doesn't obviously offer factual information. So unless it's from the Foreign Office, or it's come from our duty office, or from the tour operator or supplier direct, we would only follow those guidelines anyway. You know, and I know there's been lots of media coverage on customers not being able to get a refund, and they've been given these vouchers and they don't really want the voucher. All my customers who've asked for the refund have got those. So, you know, again, it's easy to pinpoint the negatives on when things go wrong, or when things are beyond our control. And again, you know, we've never dealt with anything like this on this scale. And I was completely honest with my customers. If there were questions I didn't know the answer to, I was like, I don't know, but I will find the answer, and we'll get to, you know, the options of what are available to you. So, you know, and there are a couple of bookings that I've got that we're still waiting on refunds, but we'll get them. And I won't give up on that for that customer, because that's something that they want, and they will get that.
And you said this week about that, about you work so hard to do the best for your customer, whether it's booking a holiday, whether the people are on the middle of the holiday or things like this happen and you sort them out. And the travel counsellor company that you work for, haven't they just been awarded with
yes, we have. So yes, so we were, and there was a poll that was put out for all customers who'd obviously had holidays and bookings affected, and it was to grade the agency or the travel agent as such on how they dealt with the coronavirus situation, and we were ranked first. We were top of the league out of all the other high street agents, all the big names, and we were first. So a very, very proud moment, and I think as well that just puts that point across, is that, you know, service is everything, and, you know, all those companies that were on the lowest tiers that scored really badly, and it's highlighted quite well that they've done badly. You know, they are online booking agents and they're not really bothered, and it's always an automated system and it's so frustrating, but, you know, I think service prevails on this one, and that's what we pride ourselves on, is that, you know, it's a service that you deserve. You know, you're going on a holiday, you want that personal service and that person to be there when you need them, and that's me.
It is, and I can personally vouch for that. So on a positive, people will next year be looking at wanting to book holidays, and even if it's just getting out their house and travelling 100 miles south or 200 miles north or whatever, just
I can do that.
A bit of escapism. So you can do staycations in the UK for next year. I know that a few people have been in touch with you of late about booking next year, whether it's summer holidays or half-term holidays. So we need to have something to look forward to.
I think, and I think that, you know, you see, I suppose really the next few months will decide on how things move forward in the world of travel. You know, and I know there's a lot of speculation, because that's at the moment what it is, on, you know, why are people going to want to go on holiday, but you have to quarantine when you get there. There is nothing really set in stone on that as yet. And each country will be updated as and when, and, you know, we can only follow that advice. And I think once the state of emergency, which a lot of the countries have got in place, is relaxed, that's then when travel will then be reintroduced. So, you know, I suppose in theory we can't stay locked down forever, and, you know, the travel industry has taken a massive hit, but I am confident that we will recover and we will get back to where we were. And again, lots of speculation that holidays are going to be really expensive, and, you know, they will have to recoup some of what they've lost, but, you know, they've got to be realistic as well.
Of course. They're a business at the end of the day. They're a business.
And, you know, it would be a pointless exercise to have all these rooms and seats to fill on planes, but then sell them at ridiculous prices, because then that's not benefiting anyone. And I think now this situation has unfolded over the last few months, I know which suppliers and operators I will use more over others, because again, you know, and again, I've had to deal with the awkward conversations with airlines that know they're only getting a voucher, no, my customer wants a refund, and they do back down in the end, because that is what the customer is entitled to, and that's what they will get. So, you know, I don't give up easily. Quite a determined person.
Yes. Wow. So how can people get in touch with you, Natalie, going forward, if they wanted to look for next year or get some advice about the holidays this year coming up, if that's what you can cater for, and then just keep a hold of you for all holidays going forward?
Well, my biggest platform, I have my Facebook page, so Natalie Varley Travel Counsellor. So they are welcome to go online, have a look and see what I do, have a mosey at the put offers and deals on there, but I also put obviously travel updates, what's happening, what's not happening, what's changed, and usually a little bit about me and my home life as well, because it all comes in together. So you can find me on there, and my contact details, my mobile, my work numbers on there as well. So I'm really
wonderful.
Thank you for having me. It's been fab.
Yeah, it has, and I always want to get our local businesses are just a bit of at the minute, because everybody is in the same situation. Lots of people are working from home, and lots of people see social media presence. But I think it's nice to people to see who you are and what you're doing, how you're coping behind as well.
Yeah, and I always make a point that when I get new inquiries and customers that get in touch, that we always have a phone call and we'll have a chat and, build that relationship, because I think it's really important. And I think that helps me understand what my customers want and what they need and what they want from me. So yeah.
Well, lovely to speak to you.
Oh,
all right, have a beautiful afternoon. And I'll be on the phone for you soon, probably talk about my holiday.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm here, so you know where I am.
Take care of you.
All right, you too. Bye.